Divine Rising, Queen, Quiet Queens, and my Quiet Kings. Hope y'all having a divine day. I am Shakitha with Quiet Queens and I don't know if you were following on yesterday or if you tuned in with me on yesterday, but we kind of sort of have I've sort of already been over um already been over like I had a brain fog for a minute. Recognition, clarity, alignment, environment, pressure versus momentum. And so now we're going to get into stability, right? We're going to get into stability. Excuse me. Gonna get into stability, right? And y'all never mind my screen. We're getting it worked out. We're getting it worked out. So like I say, today we're going to be talking about why stable growth usually looks different online. Um, and it's going to be a calm conversation for women who are learning that sustainable growth often feels very different than online performance culture, right? And this morning we're talking about stability, structure, emotional regulation, and why long-term movement usually looks quieter than people expect, right? Excuse me. I don't know, my mic is in the way. Let me see if I turn this right quick. Uh-oh. I know my mic kind of in the way there. Still. All right. All right. So I'm still trying to get it together over here, y'all. But anyway, again, divine rising to you. And so we're going to be talking about how many women think growth is supposed to feel louder all the time. And it's just something I've been thinking about lately. Constant excitement, momentum, visibility, and activity. These are all constant. But honestly, but honestly, a lot of stable growth looks much quieter than that. And I think that realization changes how women build completely. So again, I am Shakitha. And if you are tuning in with me right now, um, let me know where you're tuning in from. That could be where I'm myself, but anyway, uh, let me know where you're tuning in from, and we're gonna get into these points, and then I'm going to be off of here because I'm going to be going live on my other platform, the community. So if you're not a part of the community, quietqueensacademy.com/community, you can join us there. So I'm going to be actually doing a lot of transitioning over there. And start giving more attention to that as it grows, as it builds out. But if you would like, and I'll get more into that at the end of this live about that. And if you are a Facebookie, you can also find me also at Quiet Queens Academy. That's my page. And then also it's Quiet Queens Building Teams. That is a group. And I am building out Quiet Queens Academy. The group I haven't quite built it out yet. I just want to hold space so somebody wouldn't take it. You know how we go snatch up stuff, right? Not we, but they can be. Hey, Carol, thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. Let me know where you tuning in from. Excuse me. It is definitely a beautiful day, beautiful morning. I'm always grateful that I get up and I get to do this and I get to do other things. It's nothing pressure, nothing extreme, but I actually get to do these things and I'm grateful that I can. But we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna go ahead and get into these points. real quick. We're going to talk about online culture often rewards performance. So, and what I think a lot of online environments reward performance more than sustainability. So people start believing louder means successful, busier means growing, visibility means stability, but those things are not always the same, right? So because something can look very active externally and still not hold long term eternally. And thank you for the love. Appreciate that. So, and if you have anything that you would like to interject within your perspective, go ahead and drop it. Have a question, drop that as well, and we can just move on. Just gonna keep moving through it, right? So the next thing is stable growth feels more grounded, and stable growth usually feels right. We're gonna talk about that. It used to feel calmer, clearer, more regulated. And I'm really on this whole thing about regulating my nervous system. I got to keep it regulated. I got to keep it intact. I don't want anything to just have me all up in an uproar. So my nervous system is very important that I keep it regulated, that nothing really bothers me. So also less emotional reaction. I mean, less emotional reactive. So because it's often built on structure, understanding, repetition, and intentional movement. I mean, I believe people are really getting to that point of intentionally moving, right? And I had asked someone before, just been online, when we're posting, are we posting with intention, or are we just posting for the algorithm? I mean, so sometimes you got to really know what you're posting. And let's be real about it. Mostly everybody online, either they are in business, looking for a business, or looking for another way to supplement their income some type of way. I mean, so everybody's purpose online now is not so much entertainment for a certain group of people. Let me say that it's not, entertainment. I mean, don't get me wrong. Sometimes I get on here, and when I am, just kind of like just scrolling along. I mean, I see things that interest me, and I click on it. I'm a big foodie person when it comes to vegan food. So I do like to look at those type of foods, and sometimes look at just regular stuff, but also to uh also to try to make it to something vegan, right? But anyway, so I know I got a little off task, but anyway, like I said, intentional movement, not consistent emotional spikes. So, and another thing, what's happening is when we talk about stable growth feels more grounded when it's built on structure. I mean, like I said, everything that is business related is built around structure. It is definitely built around structure. And a lot of times, sometimes we miss the understanding and the repetition of it. But most businesses, most things that we do, um, is built around structure, understanding, and repetition, because we got to stay consistent in what we're doing and being intentional about how we're moving, and not so much on those spikes. Okay, so introvert women often build best this way because quieter women usually thrive more in structured environments. I know I do. I don't know, that was one of my biggest things. Like, I need, I have to have things, in a certain, it has to be in alignment. It has to be structured out for me. Um, and I have to have that emotional safe environment. We have to have that safe, emotional safe environment. Being in a safe environment for me is that, it's just more comfort there. And also, we find more in systems that don't constantly require overexposure to maintain momentum. And I think many women are starting to realize They don't necessarily need louder strategies, right? They need clearer systems. And I'm a systems girl. I mean, I'm the blue. I'm the blue. When we talk about colors, I'm blue. I'm not blue. Not blue. I'm green. I'm a little blue, but I'm more green. You know, I'm into systems, uh, data analytics, things like that. Those things I love most, and I'm a techie girl. All right. So let's get into the next point, and we're about to close out this live session. So why Quiet Queens Academy exists? Well, honestly, one of the reasons I created Quiet Queens Academy because I wanted women to experience calmer leadership, sustainable movement, emotional regulation, while building and structured growth without pressure. And I wanted women to realize you can grow powerfully without constantly performing online, because I'm not a performer. I'm not a performer, but I mean, have I done some things like, may see me on screen dancing, but not so much in that aspect. I don't do it as much. I mean, but it's fun. I do like to have fun. So, um, so inside of Quiet Queens Academy, let me tell you about the community. I've been organizing free trainings around the exact things I keep seeing women having challenges with mentally while building, and things like stop chasing, the posture shift, calm conversations that convert, the business model explained. Because once women understand how movement actually works, what creates sustainability and what creates unnecessary pressure, they start building differently. So, like, if you want to get access to Quiet Queens Academy, the community, it is quietqueensacademy.com/community. I will pin it in the comments later after this live is over. I normally do it a little bit before that, but I didn't want to waste too much time, because like we're like 15 minutes. I've been 15 minutes into this, and like I said, these lives did not have to necessarily take long unless we got some type of engagement happening. But I want to get the information out, get the point across, um, and what we're talking about, and not to drag it out any longer. So I just wanted to share that. Excuse me, this morning, because y'all pardon me. Wanted to share that this morning because stable growth often feels very different than performance culture online. And I think more women are starting to realize peace, clarity, and sustainability matter more to them. So I appreciate everyone listening this morning. Quiet Queens, much love to you. And I'm going to be out of here. And if you want to catch me live on the in the community, I will be going live in the community here in just a little bit. Again, have a divine day. Talk to you soon.